So guys, still on flipping PCs until I buy a house. These are the two beautiful PCs that have been sold. I mean, they sold yesterday. Today, pretty much some other PCs sold. But I'm going to be doing a separate video on that. I thought I would be able to actually, go ahead and make, videos with this. But now that I'm already behind time because I have to go to the post office, I felt like the best thing to do was to go live, because the last live, a lot of you guys really liked it. You resonated with it. You gave me a lot of likes, and a lot of you even went ahead to subscribe. So I'm kind of okay with going live on this channel. But of course, I'm going to be posting, serious videos. That's not to mean that this is not a serious video. Of course, this is a highly serious video live, man. Guys, we are doing it, selling PCs until I'm able to buy a house. This is a Z230 PC sold for, I'm just going to check, sold for 167 euros and some change. And this is a HP, 705. I'm just going to take a look to be extra sure. It's a HP Elite Desk 705 G5 PC. This is a beautiful PC, and this person right here is a return buyer. See, it's one thing that somebody goes to your shop, buys something, and comes back again, even to buy more items. That is the best confirmation that you actually need to know that this person was satisfied. This is the third time this person is actually buying from my shop, and this time around, yes, I did my best. Hopefully, the customer or the buyer likes it and comes back again a separate time. These are used PCs. Of course, there can be signs of use here and there, but it doesn't remove the fact that these are PCs in the best optical conditions, even in the best technical conditions. I'm just going to go ahead and pack them up, clean them up, pack them up. Yes, of course, I went live to show you exactly how you can do it. If you want to be part of this whole thing, which is flipping PCs for profit, this is the channel that you have to be subscribed to. Go ahead, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you like the video, share the video with your friends. Tell them that, yes, there's a better way, to make money online, which is flipping PCs, flipping laptops, flipping desktop, monitors, mini PCs, tower PCs, small form factor PCs. Doesn't matter what it is. It's a tower PC if you do not know. And this is what we pretty much call the small form factor PC. There's also the mini PC, which is much, much smaller than this. Guys, this is where the money is. Do not be deceived. This is where the money is in 2025. People are actually doing this on eBay, on Amazon, on different websites. I sell on eBay and on my website. But then I get a lot of traffic actually doing this thing on eBay. So if you go to eBay, my eBay shop right now, you're going to be seeing quite a lot of offers there, because that is exactly where the action is. Guys, if you are joining for the first time, I see you all. Yes, I won't be able to read the chat right now, but if for one reason or the other you have questions, guys, feel free to ask me. Send me a chat, send me a question, or you can go to my Instagram page if you like. Just hit me up, send me some message. Let me know what exactly are your challenges, why you are not right now, flipping PCs for profit. So I'm going to go ahead, do my thing, just like I always do on my live session. If you have any reason, to want to ask me a question, feel free. I have my laptop here. Once in a while, I'm going to be taking a look. But when you are working, you are pretty much in work mode. You might not be able to read every comment, but that doesn't mean that I do not appreciate, your comments. All right. Of course, when I come from the post office, when I come back from the post office, I'm still going to be sitting down, taking a look at the comments and seeing which ones of them need urgent replies. All right. I'm definitely going to do that when I come back. I'm not going to be rushing home today. I would like to sit around for, a few minutes just to take a look at your comments. And if I have anything to say to you guys, my highly esteemed viewers, I'm going to go ahead, and say it. But with that being said, this PC has to be shipped off, and there's no going to be any time wasting, with that. Just going to start off, like this. So in case you don't know what we are doing here, I have just flipped two beautiful pieces and I am trying to, pack them up. The first PC was a HP Z230 workstation. This is one PC that tends to sell a lot because, yes, when I did make the offer, I ensured that the offer was one of the best on eBay. So when people came around, probably saw it, it kind of was interesting to them and they have bought it. All right. Sold once again for about 167 euros and 28 cents. And as a matter of fact, this is the second PC I'm actually selling. The second of this HP Z230 I'm selling. The first one sold like 1 week ago. I think I also did make a video out of it. The reason why this PC is selling so good is because the price right now on eBay is very, very good. All right. So whoever is going to receive this PC definitely is going to be receiving a very, very fair deal. And I have done my part to make sure that the PC is in the best condition. I've tested it, tested the RAM sticks, tested the SSDs, tested the processor in itself and the fans. Everything has been checked. And definitely this PC is going to be shipped out today. I'm trying to make sure that, everything is kind of securely packed so that while this PC is being transported, there's just definitely not going to be any situation, that will make it, see to it that this PC is destroyed. So that's why I'm going to look for, extra, pack paper, packaging paper just like this. I've got quite a lot of this in the warehouse. And whenever I, pack massive items like this, I always want to use a lot of this packing paper, and that's the power cable right there. I'm just going to make sure that I do not forget this, because if you forget that, definitely the buyer is going to have a difficult time, putting on the PC. All right. So it's going to look like something like that. And I still feel like I need to put some, some carton right there. But before that, just want to be sure that the invoice is included, because this is something that people want to always do. Like the content tend to write me again and ask where's the invoice. And so I confirm that, I just make sure that the invoice is placed in the box. And this right here should be actually, good, like an extra protection on the top, of the PC. So it's going to be something like this. Thereafter, we're going to go ahead to close this bad boy up. All right. It's a little bit tight. This is something I normally don't do. This box was actually used before in sending out a PC, but unfortunately, the buyer did return the PC. But when I took a look at the box, it wasn't really broken, so I felt like I could still use it again. All right. So this is something we do sometimes, as resellers. You don't have to always. Yes, a long time ago, I did make a video, encouraging you to always use new boxes, but with the current state of things are pretty much very expensive right now. So any way you can actually cut costs to kind of remain in business, you have to do it, Things are expensive, and yes, if you have the means to just buy new boxes, knock yourself out. But if you also find, boxes in very, very good condition that you can actually recycle, please make sure to do it, so that you can actually be saving some decent amounts of money, right there. This is packed, guys, and I think this should be fine, like this. One thing you always need to do when you finish packing your items, make sure that nothing is shaking inside the box, because if it's a PC and it's shaking inside the box, this is not good enough, because if this box starts to travel, there is every possibility that that item shaking inside the box might just be destroyed, during transportation. And when you see stuff like this right here is coming from, previous usage. So what I want to do is to make sure I take my sellotape, try to cover this this point right here, so that on no account will this be, the source of breakage. So this has been covered, and it's going to look like something like that. All right. And whoever receives this PC, definitely it's going to be excited. It's going to go ahead and open it. And then this right here is good to go. I'm just going to put this on the side. And we are going to take a look at this bad boy here. This is a HP Elite desk, I think. Yes, a HP Elite desk 705 G5 small form factor PC, like I said. This did sell for 183 euros and 6 cents. Not bad, but the beautiful thing is that the buyer, is a repeat buyer for me. And whenever I get repeat buyers, I'm particularly, very, very excited, because that's the idea of the business. If you can get somebody to come back to your shop, that's the place you want to be. Because if somebody has bought something from your shop and came back again, that's the best confirmation that you need that buyer is satisfied. And you never can tell, like I always say on this channel, you never can tell who a decision maker is in a very, very big organization. So if you can satisfy somebody, the person can go ahead to even make more purchases. You could be recommended, to a colleague or a friend, whatever that is. You could actually get more transactions from just one satisfied buyer. This PC right here has a little bit of more signs of use than is expected, because the idea is this PC was designed in such a way that there are no standard here. Some of the models of these small form factor PCs do have this plastic foot right here, like 4, so that when you stand this PC on the ground, this surface is kind of protected. But the way this small form factor PC is built, this foot, they are not there. This plastic foot, HP did decide to include it in this particular model. So what that meant was that this PC was always standing like this, and over time, it is what it is. It is what it is. I think somebody is trying to chat me. All right, if you have a question, please don't forget to write it in the comment section. I will definitely see it and just, jump on it and try to answer you guys, all right? But then if you are joining for the first time, make sure to smash the like button. Consider subscribing to the channel. It will help the channel out a lot, all right? This has been pretty much cleaned, and this is how this piece is going to be sent out, to whoever has bought it, all right? So, just as the same way I did pack the other PC, this was the rubber foot I was telling you about on this particular surface. HP kind of included it, so the PC is going to rest like this, and this is the reason why you see that this surface is kind of protected. But unfortunately, right here, it's not there, and you might be seeing some little scratches. But absolutely, this is fine when it comes to used PCs, especially when the front blend right here is looking still in the very, very pristine condition. Every other thing on the base is actually a non-issue, all right? So that goes there, and this is gonna come here, right, like that. All right, so that's pretty much in, and we have a beautiful box for this PC right here. See, when I have beautiful boxes like this, it makes my job, 1,000 times easier. See, that's just gonna go in there, and this PC is gonna be protected in every way. But that doesn't stop me from actually including that, because you never can tell where the PC is going to experience a heat. So the best thing you want to do is to try as much as possible to ensure that any collision that comes onto this PC is never ever going to get to the content, which is the PC. All right. So the power cable, which you can see, still very neatly packed. I'm going to place that there, and then I'm going to once again not forget to include the invoice. If you do, the buyer is definitely going to reach out to you, and you might not be in the best position in terms of time to quickly reply, and that will be a bad customer experience. All right. So that goes there, and I'm just going to keep closing the box until I am satisfied. While closing boxes like this, there's actually no hard and fast rules about it. For me, all I want to see is that the box is neatly closed, nothing open up, nothing that will be as a source of no point should be a source of tear. So I'm just going to try to reinforce the sellotape just like that. And I think when I have done this, I have pretty much did a great job in packing these beautiful pieces right here. Guys, this is what it means when you hear somebody saying flipping pieces for profit. This is exactly what they are talking about. Of course, it doesn't have to be very, very interesting, because it should be said, most of the avenues, most of the hustles that results in money, some of them, they are not so fanciful. And this is the reason why a lot of people don't tend to, want to do them. All right, guys, I'm done now. Try to talk to you guys. All right, guys, I've got to go now, but I will be back in 45 minutes if you are still live. Thank you so much. I am Lank. I'm so sorry if I am not pronouncing the name very well. It's good to know that you are from the UK. I've been watching your videos for a while. I just wanted to say I really enjoyed them, and it gives me the determination to carry on listing and selling. That is a very, very beautiful feedback. I am so happy that you actually did give me this kind of feedback. Of course, I know there are a lot of people admiring the channel, taking a look at what I'm doing. I decided to go this route, which is showing you guys what is possible. I didn't have this when I started. I don't know how I can actually like your comments, but I don't know. I'm still getting kind of I'm still pin message. I can actually pin this message. Let me just try to see what's possible. But yeah, it's so good to know that you are watching from the UK. I'm in Germany here, and things are pretty chill here. Like I said, I decided to go this route to show you guys what is actually possible. I didn't get anyone doing this for me. When I started, I had to, force my way through all the learning curves. It was brutal. There was no one actually selling electronics. People were selling mostly clothing, shoes. I'm watching the time. I also need to run very soon, but I still can hang in here for a little bit. I see that 2 people are watching actually. So it makes sense to still hang in here until I can no longer stay. I should be leaving in like 15 minutes. So definitely all the gist I have has to be said in 15 minutes. See, like I was saying, I didn't have anybody doing this. People were mainly into, clothing, shoes, books, light electronics, but I saw a need on eBay. I saw that eBay was the biggest platform, offering used electronics, and there was a lot of people actually doing stuff, selling used computers. I kind of love the idea to sell used computers, from one way or the other. I just fell in love with this category. I love the computers. I love the monitors. And that was where I actually came into this rabbit hole, started by, picking free stuff. We used to have a website then called eBay Kleinanzeigen. It's no more. eBay kind of sold it. I don't know what happened, but the name was changed from eBay Kleinanzeigen to just Kleinanzeigen, a different company, not entirely, related to eBay at all. Anyway, this was where I started. I was getting free stuff at the time. People post on this website then that, hey, there's a free printer to be picked up. I quickly call the people and tell them, yes, I'm interested. I go to pick them up, and then this was how I actually started. Nobody was there to help me, to even give me the slightest, insights as to how deep this category is and as to what was actually possible. So fast forward to today, this is pretty much more than 10 years of doing this, doing the same thing over and over and over and again, just like, some of the decent, I would just use this word, gurus will advise you. Alex Hormozi talks about you putting anything that you see works on rinse and repeat. This is pretty much what I have done with selling used computers, laptops, monitors. All right. I just realized that this is something that works. Every day a computer is broken. Every day a monitor has to be sold. Every day somebody out there needs, a decent monitor. You see, yesterday, if you didn't check that video out, go back to my channel and check it. I made a video of me telling you that, look, I bought a very expensive monitor, a curved 34 inches Dell monitor. It took me about 1 hour to photograph that monitor, and I am actually going to sell it because I realized that there are people on this platform on eBay that want, to get decent stuff, but they are having difficult times, getting the right items to buy. And this is exactly what I'm also doing at the side, which is, bringing the best items I can to eBay, where decent buyers, people that are looking for quality stuff, will actually have the opportunity to buy them. Nobody taught me this. I pretty much learned everything alone. But then when I look back, I said, man, this was a lot of work. If you can actually go ahead and, shorten the learning curve for somebody else, do it. And this is exactly why I am keeping everything bare. Right now, I'm not selling a course. I try to offer a one-on-one consulting session. I've not gotten any client. But at the end of the day, it's just about helping somebody else. You see, I just packed two monitors, two PCs right here. This was a small form factor PC, and there was a tower PC here. If you didn't see it, go back, watch the replay, and you will see it. And this video, you're going to be learning a lot of stuff. See how a PC can actually be packed the easy way. Guys, when I started packing PCs many years ago, man, it was all manner of drama. PCs were broken. Many items just got destroyed during transportation. I didn't have the right packaging, the right cartons. I didn't even know what. Sometimes my items sell only for me to realize that I don't have the right size of carton to even go or think about packing it. Customers were complaining. My items were not selling. I couldn't really set up a very good offer. But right here in the description is a link to my eBay shop. You can pretty much see it, take a look, see how this whole thing is set up. I sold a very expensive PC yesterday for about 729 euros, a Dell Optiplex 5000 mini PCs there. I'm going to be making a video later today, perhaps when I come from the post office. I'm going to sit down, talk about this PC, and talk about the fact that it doesn't have to be a bulky item to be expensive. You see, the tower PC that just was packed now is so heavy, more than 14 kilograms. I mean, considering the packaging also. But then the mini PC that sold for, but then it sold this tower PC, like I said, the Z230 sold for about 160 something euros. I mean, I don't have my phone here to check the exact figure, but then the mini PC that sold is just a 2.5 kilogram mini PC sold for 700 something euros. What does that tell you? It doesn't have to be bulky. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be super stressful to actually make money. If you only understand that, look, there are certain items that people want, and you are able to tell yourself that, look, it doesn't matter how difficult this item is, I'm going to be able to look for it at a price that will enable me resell it. Not just resell it, because you also have to be competitive. But if you tell yourself, I will be able to, look for this item and sell it at a price that will also make me competitive, and I'm going to sell it on eBay, and you put in the work, it will definitely fly. Guys, I need to go, but like I promised, I'm going to be making these videos. Doesn't matter if the YouTube algorithm, gives me traffic or not, but I feel like the more I make quality content, the more you guys are going to like it, and the more the algorithm is going to see that, look, this is a channel that is offering a lot of value. So I want to ask, if I'm not asking too much, please, if you are still live right there, please go ahead and click on the like button. Give me some comments, or just, give me something to talk about. Ask me questions. Write me in the comment section. Give me a comment about what exactly you want to know. Then it will help me, to actually, address that. But I'm so happy that, yes, there was a viewer from the UK that did go ahead to comment. This is a beautiful feedback. Like I said, I am going to continue making this content. If you're not subscribed, please go ahead and be subscribed. Until I see you again in the next video, peace out.